Now on CoastTV News.
Maryland Senate primary results are in. We have reaction from one of the night's big winners as the attention now shifts to November.
Abortion politics, a sensitive topic that's sure to play a role in the presidential race. We take a closer look at where President Biden and former President Trump stand.
Bridge update. The NTSB has released a report detailing some of the problems that led to the Key Bridge collapse.
And we have several days of rainy weather ahead, and we're starting as early as tonight. And it looks like we may have even another round before the week even gets started. And that's going to be sort of a problem as well.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
The results are in. We have winners to announce in a highly anticipated Senate primary. Good evening. I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin your election night coverage with a high-pressure primary in Maryland.
That's right. On the Democratic side of the race, Angela Also Brooks, in a battle that was tight from end to end, beats out David Trone. She grabbed a staggering 212,000 votes, grabbing 54% of the vote. She is your winner in what that is now going to be the person who will face the Republican winner in November. It's sure to be a fierce competition, a tight race that could ultimately play a role in which party controls the Senate.
And how about some reaction from Also Brooks? She took to Twitter in the last hour proclaiming, quote, "My name is Angela Also Brooks, and I am officially your Democratic nominee in Maryland's Senate race. On November 5th, 2024, we're going to defeat Larry Hogan, keep Maryland blue, and keep our Senate under Democratic control. Spread the word," unquote.
And on the Republican side, the U.S. Senate race, former Governor Larry Hogan has won the Republican primary and earned his spot on the ballot in the general election this November.
Hogan convincingly topped a field of 7 total Republican candidates with 62% of the vote. His closest competition, Robin Ficker, following well behind him with 30% of the vote.
With those numbers in mind, let's focus on some reaction here.
CoastTV News reporter Charles Reinert is in the newsroom. Charles, you've been following the results tonight as they've been rolling in.
You've even got at this point some sound from former Governor Larry Hogan. What can you tell us?
Attention all across the nation as the winner of this seat could bring a big shakeup to Washington. Now, Hogan is one of the bigger names in this race. He said at a watch party tonight that if he does win the Senate seat, one of his big goals is to work across the aisle to get the job done.
But Maryland is known as the state of middle temperament. We believe in common decency and common sense, and we know that what unites us as Marylanders and as Americans is greater than that which divides us.
So now that the stage is set, let's break down the candidates a little bit. Let's start with Hogan. Hogan served as Maryland's governor for 2 terms and saw massive approval ratings. And that's important to note because Maryland is typically a blue state. He was only the 2nd Republican governor elected in Maryland in 50 years. And before he was elected governor, Hogan worked in real estate. Now, as for his opponent, Also Brooks has the endorsement of the current Maryland governor, Wes Moore. Also Brooks was elected to county executive for Prince George's County back in 2018. She is also a former state's attorney for Prince George's County. Now, this is a big race, so it's going to be interesting to see how things shake out this November. But one big thing of note is that the voter turnout for the Democratic primary was much bigger than the voter turnout for the Republican primary. But it's kind of interesting to see how things could shake out, and you never know how things are going to shake out in a general election. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Charles. Now let's turn from the Senate primary to the race for U.S. House District 1, where incumbent Andy Harris managed to cruise past a pair of Republican challengers, garnering almost 80% of the vote. He will now get the opportunity to defend his seat in the general election come November.
In that race, Harris will face Blaine Miller, your winner in the Democratic primary for U.S. House District 1. Miller tops Blessing Uluwadare with nearly 60% of the vote in that vote.
In Worcester County, 3 Board of Education elections took place tonight in Districts 2, 3, and 5. Districts 2 and 3 each have 2 candidates, while District 5 has 3 for the Board of Education seat. So think of tonight's election as an elimination round in District 5. Only 2 will move on. Dorothy Shelton Leslie appears to be one of them based on these unofficial results.
I'm a conservative voice in this group, and I stand for, not having books in libraries that are not appropriate for the age in which they exist, where they are.
School board elections took place across Delaware as well. Anita West Werner is the District 4 winner in Indian River. We have more of the Delaware school board election results up on CoastTV.com.
And now it's time to check on the weather. We're taking a live look outside into Lewis. It looks a little bit breezy there right now at the lightship over Falls. Let's check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams on our forecast tonight. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening. Well, we've been dealing with some light rain throughout and some heavy drizzle throughout the evening time, but that's subsiding in most locations. But in Seaford, we're still expecting some light precipitation to continue to fall as temperatures dance around the 60-degree mark. But here's a wide-scale view of what's happening with the rain. As you can see, relatively light showers where you see the dark green, those are more moderate showers, and the small amount of yellow that you see down there towards Saluda and all that, that looks like it's going to take a long time before it reaches our neck of the woods. So look for a spitting sprinkle or two throughout the rest of the evening. And our expectation for tomorrow is going to be a little different because tomorrow we're expecting rain pretty much throughout the entire day. Starting as early as 6 o'clock in the morning, 59 degrees by 8 o'clock. By mid-morning, we're at the 60-degree mark, but we're still dealing with the rain. Even at 2 o'clock, even at 4 o'clock, we're still dealing with scattered showers. So Wednesday's a washout. Thursday, we may have a little bit of hope. We'll talk about that in your full forecast. Till then, back to you, Charlie.
Paul, new tonight, we're learning a little bit more about what caused the Dolly cargo ship to crash into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. According to an initial report released by the National Transportation Safety Board, the Dolly lost power twice as it was leaving Port of Baltimore. That was triggered by the unexpected tripping of critical electric breakers, preventing the local pilots from being able to control the massive vessel. And ultimately, it led to the crash. Now, there wasn't enough time for the ship to drop anchor or for tugboats to get to the vessel and avoid the disaster. The NTSB report also revealed that the Dolly had suffered a blackout triggered by a crew member mistake just 10 hours before that collision during the time it was in port getting maintenance. Now, the connection between the earlier blackout and the one that preceded the deadly accident, that remains unclear under investigation as well as other factors.
Nearly 2 years after the Supreme Court decision that overturned Roe v. Wade, polls show that Americans remain broadly opposed to the ruling.
But in the midst of a presidential election where the major candidates offer starkly different approaches to this issue, the country is less united over how best to handle abortion laws.
Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook details where President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump stand on this issue.
It's an issue that is both deeply personal.
It was the hardest decision we've ever made, but our decision came from a place of compassion and love.
And politically fraught. It could be one of the biggest issues driving voters to the polls in November. So where do the 2024 presidential candidates stand on abortion rights? Former President Donald Trump had a shifting stance prior to running for office, but in 2015 said he had evolved, making a key promise to the Republican base.
The justices that I'm going to appoint will be pro-life. They will have a conservative bent.
The 3 Supreme Court justices he nominated all voted to overturn Roe v. Wade in 2022, ending the federal right to an abortion. Trump has wavered on whether or not he would sign a national abortion ban, most recently saying he believed those decisions should be left to the states.
The states are putting out what they want. It's the will of the people.
While Trump continues to campaign on what he calls the biggest win for life in a generation, polls show that Americans broadly oppose the overturning of Roe, giving President Joe Biden's campaign the opportunity to make protecting abortion rights a flagship issue.
Congress must codify Roe v. Wade for all the states in America,
believing it will boost support for Democratic candidates up and down the ballot.
When reproductive freedom was on the ballot, we won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024.
Democrats on the campaign trail have leaned into the word freedom when it comes to abortion rights, a word that Republicans have used for decades to frame other parts of their agenda. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
We have a lot more to get into this evening.
Still to come, paid parking season, the latest towns that will be charging you to leave your cars as you enjoy the coast.
And also permit to purchase. It's been a controversial gun bill here in Delaware, but it is set to be signed into law. What that means for the locked and loaded.
And we have some rain that's locked and loaded, ready to go for Wednesday, starting at 7 o'clock in the morning in Cambridge, but will stay cloudy at noon, and at 5 o'clock, Chrisfield, some morning rain. Then we're staying kind of gloomy for the rest of the day. And we'll elaborate on just how much more rain after Wednesday to expect in about 60 seconds.
The pre-Memorial Day sale at Johnny Janosic starts now. Get Delaware's guaranteed lowest prices, then take an extra 20% off or 0% APR for 60 months. Memorial Day savings are happening now, only at Johnny Janosic.
Want to go for a spin? Play the Big Spin Scratch Off. You could win up to $50,000 instantly, or a chance to spin the Big Spin Wheel for up to $250,000.
Don't miss the Memorial Day outdoor furniture sale at Johnny Janosic. Get 20% off our everyday low prices, or choose 0% APR financing for 60 months for a limited time only at Johnny Janosic.
Cloudy skies staying persistent for the rest of the night, and we're watching out for a really wet Wednesday morning at the very least. Our Spicer Brothers camera in Salisbury holding at 62 degrees, winds out of the north. Look for a couple of annoying sprinkles to continue for the rest of the night in Salisbury as we dance around the 60 and 61 degree mark and just kind of hover there for the rest of the night. Temperatures are in the 60s universally throughout the entire Delmarva Peninsula. 62 in Milford, Greenwood, Seaford, as well as Delmar, and we're holding at 60 degrees right now in Salisbury. There's a bit of wind in the mix, so much so that we have a small craft advisory that's active until 6 o'clock in the morning for Wednesday. And it might be extended a little bit longer than that, but it's for places like Castle Haven, Cambridge, Madison, as well as Thomas. Now, we also have that same concern a little bit farther to the south in Tangiers, as well as Bloxham, Chrisfield, along with, of course, the rain that's making its move here. Nothing that's all that heavy, but enough to make the roads still a little bit wet. We have that flow of air coming out of the south because it's rotating around the high pressure that's staying offshore, that's staying pretty dominant for that right now, but we have that surge of warm air that's creeping its way right up along the East Coast. Now, with that warm air, we've warmed up a little bit since 24 hours ago. We're about 5 degrees warmer now than we were this same time yesterday. Where did we end up? How about 76 for the high today? A couple of degrees above the norm for this time of the year. 75 for the high in Salisbury, 71 in Ocean City, and in Wallops Island. The amount of rain has not been all that impressive all day long. We've been tracking it, keeping a close eye on it, but you know what? That's where my news director would go. So we're looking at maybe a fifth of 100th of an inch of rain. Not that big a deal. Tomorrow's going to be a bigger deal. Not a big deal, but a bigger deal than today. You see, we start off at 59 degrees in the morning, okay? Then the latest, these models have been backing off of this even more and more the more I run them. The more it's like they're apologizing for acting like it was going to rain hard. But this particular model goes right back up to 3/4 of an inch to maybe even a full inch down in Ocean City. So it's a matter of just how this all comes together in the afternoon. What kind of heat and moisture combines perfectly for this? Because we have the winds coming out of the north by Wednesday afternoon. And when the winds are coming out of the north, that's going to cut off the energy supply. So instead of an Energizer bunny, we're going to have a battery that's going to run out of power. But we're still going to be looking for at least a yellow alert day for Wednesday for the morning time. But if it doesn't happen by the morning time, in the afternoon, if it's really cloudy, it won't happen at all. That's just the craziness of forecasting in the spring. Thursday, better chance of rain. Friday, Saturday, we should get a chance to dry off. Sunday, another round of rain. And by the way, the Sunday rain, that's looking more like a good old reliable, good old-fashioned cold front rain event, which is a lot easier to predict.
Thank you, Paul. New tonight, gun safety legislation is getting signed into law this week here in Delaware. Senate Substitute 1 for Senate Bill 2 requires people looking to buy a handgun to go through an application process and complete a firearms training course within 5 years before the date of their application. The bill passed both the House and Senate in March. Governor Carney is set to sign it into law on Thursday.
New at 11, tomorrow is Peace Officers Memorial Day, and that is to honor law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty. President Biden has ordered flags at all U.S. government buildings and other facilities to be flown at half-staff. Governor Carney has also ordered the Delaware flags at state buildings and facilities to be flown at half-staff as well until sunset on Wednesday.
Starting tomorrow, get ready to feed those meters. Delaware's beach towns from Rehoboth to Fenwick Island are kicking off their paid summer parking season. In Rehoboth, metered parking will cost you $4 an hour from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Metered parking in Dewey Beach is a little cheaper at $3.50 an hour, but parking is free on Monday nights. Bethany Beach offers a simplified pay-to-park system, just $3 an hour, and Fenwick Island parking will cost $3 an hour as well. To learn more information on all of these parking options in our beach towns, just go to our website, CoastTV.com.
And since we're on the subject already, if you want to park at Deauville Beach, remember those new DNREC fees have been approved. So starting Memorial Day weekend through November 30th, visitors are going to need a daily entrance fee or an annual pass at Deauville Beach. Passes do go on sale tomorrow, so you can get them. It costs $115 with a $25 discount for Delaware State Park Pass holders. DNREC says fees will be collected via booths or automated machines, and passes can be purchased in person or online. Rehoboth Beach permits will no longer be honored. Still to come, Walmart layoffs set to hit the corporate class, and those that keep their jobs may have to move to Arkansas. We have details.
And look what police found after they pulled a man over for speeding. The charges he's now facing.
The Memorial Day sales event is here with more inventory, more savings, and more reasons to buy. Get a great deal on Bronco Sport, Explorer, and Escape. There's more to love and more ways to save during the Memorial Day sales event. But hurry, it all ends June 3rd. Now get 0% for 60 months on select Ford SUVs, plus a complimentary limited maintenance plan, only at your local Ford dealer.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people are professional and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Yes. All right.
Ooh.
Who is Jacob Hard Eyes Winkface?
A boy. A person.
A person? A special person? Maybe
Dessert?
like a boy?
I got your favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I'm gonna let it happen.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app today.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
New at 11, a Lincoln man is facing various drugs and weapons possession charges. Delaware State Police says 33-year-old Joshua Wawitty was speeding on Coastal Highway near Eagles Crest Road Sunday morning. Troopers say Whitty had marijuana on his clothes and smoke coming from the center armrest. Police say Whitty got out of the car as requested by police, but then he tried to get back in to avoid being arrested. The agency says 2 handguns, various drugs, and suspected drug money was found in the car. Whitty was committed to Sussex Correctional Institution on more than $171,000 cash bond.
Also new at 11, we have an update to report after the Laurel School District Superintendent was suspected of DUI. Sean Larimore was arrested after failing to slow down or move over for a police traffic stop late on Friday night. The school district took to social media today saying Larimore, quote, will be away from his duties as superintendent for an indefinite amount of time.
Walmart is eliminating hundreds of corporate jobs entirely. And on top of that, they're telling remote corporate workers that they better get ready to move to Arkansas. The retailer is calling most of its remote office workers to its headquarters. Most people who've been working in similar positions in Dallas, Atlanta, and Toronto will also have to move. The company issued a memo explaining the return to the office using similar language employees at many other companies have heard, with words like collaboration and innovation.
Memorial Day is less than 2 weeks away, and if you're planning on traveling for the 3-day weekend, you certainly won't be the only one on the roads or in the skies. More than 38 million people are expected to hit the highways. According to AAA, travel for this Memorial Day weekend will be the second highest on record since 2005. This year, more than 43 million Americans are expected to travel by plane, cruises, and public transportation. That's a 4% increase from last year and close to that previous 2005 record of 44 million travelers. AAA says the busiest times on the roads are going to be from noon through 7 p.m. on the Thursday and the Friday leading up to Memorial Day. Coming up in sports, the Phillies have started the season on fire, looking to be the first team to 30 wins this year. Our DSN crew has highlights.
And also coming up, talk to your kids about mental health. The age experts say you need to start having those tough conversations.
And for all of my golf buddies, let's have a tough conversation about tomorrow's tee time. Listen, it's going to be cloudy, it's going to be rainy, it's going to be drizzly. To be quite honest, between you and me, I'd say forget about it because it's going to be rainy and wet and soggy and 62 degrees. The afternoon might be a little bit better, but the course is still going to be really wet, dude.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new tender platters. Crunchy, juicy chicken dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded, served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, and an ice-cold drink. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
When I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally, and that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmarva Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmarva Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmarva Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmarva Design Center.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Spring is fading fast. No more waiting. It's time to get the deck of your dreams started. Paul Davis will design, build, or resurface any size deck with the highest quality materials.
Our AZAC decks are scratch, fade, and insect resistant with a lifetime warranty. We'll bring the showroom to you, provide you same-day estimates, handle permitting, and guide you through the HOA approvals.
Save big. Enjoy 20% off, plus snag an outdoor double swing chair free when you invest in your new deck now through May 31st. Call Paul Davis for a free estimate.
Hey Delmarva, get ready to save big at Preston Ford's Memorial Day sales event. SUVs cost less at Preston with over $6,000 in total savings. And don't miss out on 1.9% financing for 72 months on America's best-selling truck, the 2023 Ford F-150. We have over 800 Ford models ready to be driven home today. Shop with us online at PrestonFord.com and we'll deliver it to your driveway today. Be a part of all the excitement going on right now during the Memorial Day sales event at Preston Ford. Cars cost less in Preston.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Right now in Ocean City, a special event zone is in effect due to the Cruisin' Ocean City event. During this time, the speed limit will be lower and fines for breaking traffic rules will be higher. There will be many police officers from different agencies making sure laws are followed. The town says expect a lot of traffic and different traffic patterns over the weekend. The special event zone will be in effect through Sunday.
In Ocean City, people love taking a stroll along Lovelock Pier, but things have changed and now only a few of those locks remain. Just last week, crews replaced sections of the fence, taking down hundreds of locks, mostly left by couples or tokens of their love and commitment. Mark Castro swung by with his kids this afternoon, and they gave the new cleaned-up look the seal of approval.
My family and I decided to come visit the new Ocean City Fishing Pier look. We think it looks great. We think that the pictures of our guests and our tourists will look much better, and it's better for the environment and everybody all around.
Well, many find charm and sentimentality in the love locks. The town is kindly urging visitors to just refrain from adding any more.
It's not always comfortable talking about mental health with your kids.
But experts say those conversations are critical for a child's healthy development and well-being, and the recommended age to start these talks might surprise you.
In tonight's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains and gets tips on how parents can help build key mental health skills early in a child's life.
You know how to make dinner for your kids and lend a hand with homework, but what about how to help them with mental health?
We want kids to be able to know their emotions because every emotion is okay, right? But not every reaction is.
Pediatric psychologist Whitney Ragland-Bignall with the Kids Mental Health Foundation says many parents are divided on when to start mental health conversations, but she says the earlier the better for building key mental health skills.
I have a 16-month-old. He doesn't like sometimes when I have to tell him no, right? And so I'm sharing with him, like, I know that you're really upset that mom is not allowing you to touch this very dangerous thing, but mommy can't allow you to do it. And so it's helping him see that, yes, I know that he's upset about it. It's giving him a word for it so that eventually when he starts talking more to me, hopefully he can start telling me that he feels upset and he's learning some of those signals.
Ragland-Bignall says parents should be open when talking about mental health and listen to what children say. Avoid distractions. Don't be judgmental. Watch body language and facial expressions. And don't ask too many questions because the goal is for them to want to talk openly with you.
Connection and belonging is so vital. Just as we need to eat and drink, we need to be connected with one another.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The psychologist says parents should also know they don't have to have all the answers. There are resources out there that can help. One website is kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org. You can see it on the bottom of your screen there.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Coming into tonight, the Philadelphia Phillies boasted the best record in baseball. And after last night's comeback win over the New York Mets, the Phils turned to Aaron Nola to keep things rolling, and dominant would be an understatement for his performance. We start in the fourth inning, Phillies up 2-0. Nola is dealing. Brandon Nimmo strikes out swinging. On to the fifth, Pete Alonso, see you later. One batter later, Brett Beatty, how about a backwards K on the end of it? Nola perfect through 5 innings. On to the 6th, same score. Tyrone Taylor at the plate whacks a single into left off of Nola, breaking up the perfect game, but he would continue to roll in this one. We go to the 9th, same score. Bryson Stott adding some insurance, hits it into right field off Sean Reed Foley. Kyle Schwarber scores. Phillies ahead 3-0. Next batter, Alec Boehm rocks one deep into the right field corner off of Reed Foley. It bounces up and over the fence for a ground rule double. Another run scores. Phillies lead 4-0. Bottom of the 9th, Nola still on the mound, looking for the complete game. Gets Francisco Lindor to sky it to center and fly out to end the game. The complete game shutout with 8 strikeouts for Nola. Phillies win 4-0, and the Phils are the first team in Major League Baseball this season to reach the 30-win mark. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night, everyone.
Memorial Day Mermaids win this annual event will welcome in the warmer season in Bethany Beach.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. Browse over 30 hot tubs, cold therapy tubs, and swim spas from 5 major brands at huge savings. Financing is available and admission is free. That's this weekend at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Visit hottubexpo.com.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spikeball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
Check out the all-new, fully redesigned 24 Tacoma. Or get low 3.99 APR for 72 months on a full-size hybrid Tundra.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for baths by Bicep Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
The best of the best pre-owned vehicles are at IGBurton.com, Delmarva's pre-owned headquarters. We sell only the best of the best, cars, trucks, and SUVs. And IG Burton will pay you top dollar for your trade-in, no matter what you drive. Shop the best of the best pre-owned vehicles right now at IGBurton.com. From vehicles under $10,000 to vehicles over $100,000. You'll find what you're looking for at IGBurton.com. Nobody beats a Burton deal on pre-owned. Nobody.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. Browse over 30 hot tubs and swim spas from 5 major brands and up to 50% off. Financing is available and admission is free. That's this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Visit hottubexpo.com.
Pirates and mermaids are taking over the Bethany Beach Boardwalk to kick off the summer season. The 9th annual Poseidon Festival is back May 24th through the 27th. With events at the Bandstand and the Nature Center. There's a luau, treasure hunting, a costume contest. All of these events are free to attend. The festivities wrap up on Memorial Day with a service from VFW Post 7234 at the Bandstand.
I think Bandstand, I'm thinking American Bandstand. Well, anyway, that's a wonderful story. Let's take a look at our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis at 62 degrees. Winds are calm. Now, we are expecting just sprinkles and light rain. No storms, nothing crazy, but enough to keep the roads wet. Our umbrella giveaway winner, by the way, Nathaniel Frazier of Bridgeville. Congratulations, courtesy Paul Davis Restoration, Home Remodeling. Ocean City sponsoring our UV Index. And you know what? The UV Index is going to be because we're looking at 4s for Wednesday and Thursday, so hardly any sunshine. We'll have to wait till Friday to get a decent look at some sunshine. But right now, we're covered with rain and cloud cover. We're staying that way for the rest of the night. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mandales, Brockstead, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. We have a yellow alert day on Wednesday, some leftover rain on Thursday. We got a break Friday, Saturday, and another round of rain on Sunday.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.